Welcome to Celebrity Big Brother's Bit on the Snide, part of the Big Brother Bar franchise, and we will be recapping, well, basically the entire of this season's CBB, and this week we are supporting building schools in Africa.
Woo! Hi, I'm Lindsay.
This is James.
And we're going to talk about stuff so old you'll have forgotten about it, but some things need to be mentioned, like George making Stephanie a bowl that said "I love you" on it. Did you enjoy that?
I think it's one of the most tender moments. No, it's all horrible. It's horrible.
I'm not being big-headed, right?
Oh, he's never been big-headed, but...
I'm not being big-headed, right, but I'm going to win the game. I'm going to stay in. Got loads of fans, blah, blah, blah.
How can you have more fans if you're on Gogglebox?
Who does he think he is? Arsehole. Anyway, this is how old this stuff is. Audley tried to jump on the Gary bandwagon with NEGU. Do you know what that stands for?
No.
Never ever give up.
Oh.
Does sound like one of Gary's, but not as good when Audley does it.
Yeah, no, it's no good.
James said, Gary and Frenchie are like animals. We cage them and let them out when we want. That was when they were still on the celebrity Shaggy Sheep.
Oh, no. Crap heap.
That's how old this is. So then they did this higher or lower task to say who was more or less famous. I'm not really going to go into that, but I liked Gary saying, I'm internationally famous. Leslie totally skewed that task because he didn't know who was famous or not, did he?
It's a stupid task.
It was ridiculous. But Frenchie got saved, so we're happy about that. And James went onto the scrap heap. So that's always good. Now, Gary and James had a conversation where James declared, I'm the Brad Pitt of the dance world. Who told you that? Do you know what James said?
It was a worldwide acknowledged.
James goes, it's a fact. It's a fact. Okay. And then Gary goes something like, oh, I'm a brilliant actor. And James goes, who told you that? Probably that fucking Oscar nomination he had told him that. You absolute wazzock. And then Gary said, we're on different levels. And James said, no, we're in different fields. And Gary said, no, different levels. Which I thought was quite funny. Gary talked a little bit about his lovely wife. Not wife, but spiritual wife.
Helper.
That's rude.
Handler, sorry.
Handler. He said, we've been together 32 lifetimes. I was killed in the Battle of the Alamo. This literally blew James's mind. Literally. And he had to walk off. Do you believe in reincarnation?
I do now.
Did you notice Gary saying congratulations to Frenchie for getting off the block and then he pinched her arse? What do you think about that?
Well, it was for him it was quite subtle. It wasn't too,
What?
Wasn't too graphic, was it? So
do you think Gary could pinch anyone else's arse in that house and get away with it?
It's the age thing, isn't it? You get a certain leeway when you reach a certain age.
What if you pinch Stephanie's arse?
That would be on a par with when the Playboy twins got done by Denise Welsh.
Yeah. Now Audrey said to Gary, nobody wants to see your dingaling. Is that true or false? I quite liked it when we saw it.
No, I think that's true. But that was Audley in his I'm just trying to help you kind of thing.
Everyone's only trying to help Gary become a better person. Why won't
By telling him to brush his teeth, comb his hair,
yeah. Stop shushing people,
stop pissing everywhere.
Look, I'm going to change my ways. You've taught me so much. I'm going to change. Can you
stop doing acronyms? Can you stop honking like a goose? Can you stop winning this game, please?
Yeah.
Etc.
Then Lauren got a warning. Do you remember what that was for?
Oh, Lauren, she's so controversial. What could it be? Was it destruction of fixtures and fittings?
Well, kind of. It was pissing in the pool.
Oh, yeah.
But she said she was just bantering. Is that bantering, pissing in the pool?
What, you mean like she was just saying it for...
It was just having a laugh, piss in the pool, that sort of thing.
It's no laughing matter.
No, it's a hygiene issue.
It's a hygiene issue. If Stephanie Pratt was in the pool, my God.
Imagine if Gary pissed in the pool.
Oh. I'm sure he has.
Has Gary been in the pool? I ain't seen him in there.
I think Gary's pissed everywhere.
I don't think Gary can get in the pool. I was thinking Gary's like the new Winston, peeing everywhere and doing a little rap tonight.
Yeah.
So that's two things like Winston. Gary said, "What's that room called again? The diarrhea room." They certainly talk a lot of shit in there. Then they did another rubbish task, the phobias task. Did you enjoy that?
Oh, I've kind of erased that one. What was it about? Something about some smells or...
Spider, belly button.
Oh.
Gary had to pretend he was frightened of balloons, but he failed the task because it was bad acting, apparently.
Even though they knew it was a task anyway.
I know, they were really nasty to him. Gary was like, "You lot failed the task." James was like, "No, you failed it more than we did." Like, shut up, you idiot.
No, I didn't like that task. I thought it was shit.
Yeah, it was crap. Now, Frenchie formed an alliance with Gary. And Gary said, "I have several alliances. Now, we know about the 4 Musketeers, one now fallen. What other alliances is Gary in?" Probably the people who clean up his pee after him.
I don't know.
Who cares? Now, Dee was calling Gary manipulative in that task. That task we can't remember. Gary sat Dee down. He said, "Look, I've got information from the other side that you don't get on Earth." What can Dee say to that?
What can Dee say?
Yeah.
She's an old cunt.
She's a
I
bitch.
couldn't care less what she said.
She walked off slagging him off.
Oh, bet she had a cup of tea in her hand. Her tea strategy's getting on my nerves.
She's rude. She's a horrible person. Everyone still seems to like her.
Yeah, because she's like Pauline, isn't she? She's like a more subtle Pauline.
George said tonight he'd rather see Dee's boobs than Frenchie's.
Well, that's just daft, isn't it?
Leslie said Frenchie thinks she's going to win, bless her. Yeah, well, she did better than you. Oh yeah, I've had a good idea for a spin-off show. Prattlebox. It's Spidey and George's mum and dad watching Celebrity Big Brother and commenting on it.
Right.
What do you think? It's a bit too late now, isn't it?
It's a bit too niche. But I think, you know, with a few tweaks, like maybe something could happen there, yeah.
Prattlebox is a good name though, right?
Where would you film it, in LA or Southend?
Southend.
Right, okay.
So this is where Stephanie was talking about Audrey, and she later got told off for saying she was going to nominate him. She said basically Audrey.
You keep saying
I
that.
know, I've just called him Audrey. Sorry, I don't mean it disrespectfully. She said Audrey.
Yeah, you're being disrespectful now. You're out of order.
Sorry, Audley. She said his strategy is to. Someone's told him to come in the house and cook for everyone. Do you think that's Audley's strategy?
Who said that?
Stephanie said it to James.
Well, see, the way she approaches that show, like she is playing in a very strategic way. Like she thinks in a strategic way. Yeah. Yeah,
you agree.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
But the coming in and cooking for people strategy only works about 50% of the time, I'd say. You could go Pauline, or you could go Jun from BBUS.
But sometimes they like the food, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, it depends.
Like Rex was a really good chef.
Yeah.
That's what kept him in. But others, not so much.
Didn't keep him in that far.
I mean, look at Pauline. She cooked all that chicken. What for?
But she didn't like drinking tea or coffee.
Oh.
So, you know, that's probably where it fell down. Now, Leslie started to get really quiet, and like he was like, "Oh, they've heard all my stories," and he went out soon after that.
He ran out of material?
Yeah, he ran out of steam.
Fucking hell, that was quick.
Now, the first eviction, believe it or not, we haven't even discussed that, was David. Do you remember this person?
I do, actually.
Do you remember what he was wearing for his eviction? He was wearing a vest with Jesus on, leather trousers and pink shoes. Did you enjoy that look on him?
Is he an idiot, or did he just not expect to be evicted?
Both.
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 Right.
Did you enjoy his interview?
I thought over the entire season, I'd say it was I'd say it's the best so far.
He said about Gary, it sounds bad, but he's really annoying. Fuck you, David. Go back to Kellybrook. Now, equal chic, Gary's frilly boots.
Gary's boots?
Yeah, have you not noticed them? They're like frilly.
Like cowboy boots?
Yeah. You like them or not?
They're alright, but I worry about the hygiene of them.
I bet they stink. So on the live feed, we saw Dee being rude to Gary and James just incessantly going on at Gary for about half an hour. Did you appreciate that?
I hate everything Dee does. I wish he was dead. And Gogglebottom I'm starting to despise as well.
What do you keep saying he says? Oh, here's the thing. What's he say?
I'm not being big-headed.
Oh, not being big-headed. Gary said, I'm learning about hygiene, burping and spitting. And he also said, expect the unexpected. So you've got to admire that.
Yeah.
James said, they've shown, because he got booed, they've shown something to make me look bad.
Oh, now I know what it is.
Go on.
He's hanging around with all these young ladies.
Yeah.
And people would just think, oh, you know, he's like the Brad Pitt of dance.
Yeah, he's a player.
And like, you know, like, yeah, we can't have that. Nothing to do with It's not because you're condescending, is it?
No. No, nothing to do with that. So then they did face-to-face nominations. Basically, everyone nominated Gary except Frenchie and Claire. George got 2 nominations for having a squeaky voice, at least that's what they said. George said he doesn't have the time to bother to speak to Gary. Doesn't have the time in the Big Brother house. Who does that sound like?
That when Chris didn't have time to speak to Pat.
Exactly. If you ain't got time in the Big Brother house, when do you have time?
Exactly.
Never. Now, Audley did a nice transphobic nomination of Kelly, saying he felt uncomfortable around her, especially when she's in the bath. What do you think to that?
Right, well, it was quite transphobic.
Yeah, pretty.
And then he got called in the diary room, and then suddenly when he come out, like he wasn't transphobic anymore. How does that happen?
You sound like Philomena Clunk.
That's a quick journey, isn't it?
But if Big Brother was so pissed off about him being transphobic in his nomination, why did they accept his nomination? Hypocrisy, you may say.
Yeah, but they don't. I think that's like a Channel 4 thing. Then when they used to like make him redo it or something, but I think they take it. They just make you flesh it out.
Do you think Audley deserved a warning for that?
Well, I guess he did, but it helped him, didn't it? It helped his game.
It did actually,
and it made him come across better, and also it solidified his relationship with Kelly. So yeah.
Now Ricky said.
Oh, Ricky.
Yeah.
This must be good.
This is when he nominated Gary face to face. He said, "You're dirty, rude, and inconsiderate. And I'd hate my children to think of you as a role model, unlike me, a pig-faced little cunt who fucks on television." He said words to that effect.
Does he fuck on television?
Yeah.
What?
Like that fucking bedwetting prat. Not prat, whatever she is.
Why can't he do it on this show?
I don't want him. You want to see him fucking Lauren?
It'd be more interesting than what he's offering at the moment.
Don't you think that's terrible, speaking to Gary like that?
Yeah, but you know what? He's such a absolute piece of nothing. Like he's not even worth the piss on the bathroom floor. He just wants to say what he thinks the house is thinking, because it's the only thing he can. He's got no personality whatsoever of his own. Yeah. So he's just trying to chime in with as many people as possible. Yeah. As something to cling to, but he's just a desperate little arsehole. And
Dee really likes him as well, so that tells you all you need to know. That says it all,
exactly. Doesn't it? Don't start me on Dee.
And he also nominated Frenchie, and he was really rude to her and said, "It's my opinion, I'm speaking."
Yeah, it's very rowdy noms, wasn't it?
Now Stephanie said to Gary, with her vein literally popping out in her neck, "You're a manipulative piece of shit. You're a disgusting human being, my worst nightmare, and I feel like I'm in hell." Do you think she was too soft on him?
Yeah. If you're gonna put someone on blast, then I say go all the way to 10.
Gary's response was, "That's not because of me. That's because of you."
It's always Gary's answer to everything, isn't it?
The others all just sat there, didn't say a fucking word. Fence sitting, H from steps. Jermaine Jackson, losers.
No, but you shouldn't talk when you're doing noms. One person speaks, that's it.
Well, when someone's abusing an old man, you're just going to sit there.
Yeah, you are.
Just sit there. Anyway, Stephanie's nomination got cancelled after that because she'd been talking about Audley, but it was pointless because Gary and Frenchie were still up, so that was another pointless nomination punishment she had. She went off and cried in the in the bed.
Doesn't she know you got to go cry in the pod?
Oh yeah, that's a good place to cry. Yeah, cry where you get the maximum cameras on you.
Yeah.
Did you notice Gary went in bed and he was talking to James and he burped and James looked at him and went and Gary did the thumbs down at Stephanie like he was messing about. He's just messing. And then...
Yeah.
Oh, it's more about Audley and that warning. We don't care about that, do we? Do you think it's the same nominating someone for being transphobic as discriminating against the deaf, because that's why George nominated Gary?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
On age, race, nationality, sexuality, isn't it? So that his nomination should have been cancelled. What did you think of this whole storyline with Kelly and Audley? And when they had that awkward hug and they were speaking man to woman.
Well, I think it was just before the eviction.
Yeah.
And I think it really helped both of them, because it gave both of them like a storyline. Like, Audley had his little journey, and Kelly got to stop moping for like 30 seconds.
And then Kelly went in the diary room and she said, "Oh, public, please don't turn against Audley for what he said." And then when the eviction came on, she got booed to fuck and Audley got saved first. It's like, oh dear. Now, do you believe Gary Busey has never washed up in his life?
I mean, it seems hard to believe that you would never wash up a cup at some point in your life. Like, even if you had like a full-time butler.
Well, Glyn had never cooked an egg in his life, but he was only about 19.
Yeah, but you can live without eggs, right?
Yeah.
You need to have a drink at some point.
Maybe he's just got a dishwasher.
Maybe you just got paper cups.
I just froze him in the corner. Now, it was eviction night. The crowd are all booing at Frenchie, and what does Frenchie say?
Fuck you, bitches.
That's not what she said.
Oh, what?
Shut up, bitches. Same thing then.
Whatever.
That was good. I like it when people abuse the crowd. Yeah. And someone goes, "Oh, she's not going to get anywhere abusing the crowd." Did you meet Helen from last year? Idiot British public. Come on now, we love it. We love a bit of abuse. Now they said in no particular order who was safe, and called out George first. So that means George was not saved first. Gary was saved first. And Gary was sat there with his sunglasses on. Audley had his sunglasses on. Do you approve of that at the eviction?
What, sunglasses strategy? No, I don't. And James is the worst one for sunglasses. He used them as some kind of like psyops on people. It's like he's obsessed with it. But was this the eviction where
Leslie went?
Was that the one when Gary was eating during nominations?
Oh yeah, that was the face-to-face nominations he was eating.
It looked like a bowl of cereal.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
This eating during nomination thing, I'm telling you. Well, it didn't work for Evander, but I don't agree with it. It's not right.
And it proves you ain't really that bothered if you're just sitting there eating, so it's quite casual,
True,
isn't it?
True.
Now, say you pick up a plate with some pizza on, how much abuse are you going to get, depending on which housemate you are? Abusey.
Well, I mean, you can only assume, like, that they think he's covered in
piss, because he probably is.
Yeah, covered in piss.
It's because of Stephanie. It's because of Stephanie.
And germs. But if you're really that bothered, you just wouldn't eat that pizza. I'd be like, I'll leave that one. But I wouldn't say anything.
No, don't touch it. Fuck off, bitch.
They're just trying to help you. They're just trying to pass something to you. You know what I mean?
I know, he was just trying to help. Fuck you, D, you sour old bitch. Get back to the council estate.
But has he washed the cup up or not? Is it that?
Yeah, Adele helped him. Sorry, Bewitched helped him.
So, are you saying it's a good idea to go on Big Brother and pretend that you can't wash anything up?
Yeah, it is. Because then you're going on a journey once you learn to wash.
And then all you got to do is wash a cup, and you're getting airtime.
Yeah, exactly.
Just and have a look of wonderment on your face.
And he was like, "Wow, wow." Yeah, wow.
Any acronym for washing up?
And then he was like wiping up the side, and James goes, "Oh look, he's cleaning up. Fuck you, James, you patronising prick." And then they were all talking about him, and he's standing. They go, "He's standing right there," and they're like, "Don't worry, he can't hear." That is rude, isn't it?
Yeah, but James is in your final three now, isn't he?
No.
You like him though?
He was obviously in Big Brother's final three because they're making him immune from eviction for no apparent reason.
That's a
fix.
That's a travesty.
Pure fix. Now, do you know where germs are from?
Where are germs from?
Yeah.
Getting. No, I don't know.
Germany.
Right. Oh yeah. Okay.
Now. Oh yeah. Now, if a lovely young lady you've got your eye on dresses up and walks into a room, what's not an appropriate thing to say to her?
Is it? I don't know.
It's get me a hessian sack and a cable tie.
Oh yeah. Well, hang on. I'm sure there was some innocent explanation as to why he said that.
Can you email bigbrotherBile@gmail.com if you think that's a rape joke, because I do, or if you think it isn't, because I think that's a rape joke and I'm not happy about it. Now. Gary said to James, I promise I'll kill you quick. Do you think he meant that?
No, they were just having a bit of mint banter.
It's funny though. Now, they were playing like a little game, throwing a cushion about, and Bewitched threw a cushion at Gary and spilt his coffee.
Now.
Gary got the right hump about it, and then he just went, I'm not bothered, I'm not upset about it. He goes, we laugh about it and we let it go.
We move on.
Now Stephanie finally got a warning for the way she spoke to Gary 2 days later. She said, he has turned me into a bully and I take full responsibility for it. What's wrong with that sentence?
I don't know.
He has turned me into a bully and I take full responsibility for it. She's blaming him and then saying she takes full responsibility.
Well.
She's a barefaced liar. Now, they've not had many tasks actually, but they had the big dummies task. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, I do remember it.
You don't like it?
Stupid.
So I thought it was quite good because you got to abuse someone, but you looked as if it was someone else doing it. I thought that was quite clever. No?
Yeah, but why was it just certain people doing it?
Because they obviously picked the people they wanted to do it.
Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
They? Blatantly. I thought it was quite a good shit stir, a new twist on the shit stir task. So Kelly started on Stephanie about her argument with Audley, and James said, why do you keep crying and going for the sympathy vote, to Kelly, which I thought was quite funny. And then afterwards Kelly had a go at Stephanie and said, you've got an attitude problem, and Stephanie said, uh-oh, Frank is back. What do you think about that? Another warning?
Well, they did they? Or they didn't show it?
How many warnings do you have to get thrown out of that place?
Oh, it depends, doesn't it?
Depends who you are.
Depends if they like you or not.
Yeah, that's true. So then, James said, I've been this way my whole life and I'm not changing.
Well, that's a pity.
I think he means I've been a cunt my whole life and I'm not changing.
Yeah.
This is when George started saying, I'm not being big-headed but, which is the new I'm not being funny but, I think.
Right.
And this is when Frenchie said, why don't you guys just fuck already, to George and Stephanie? But we know why, don't we?
Because, they want to wait until the outside.
Is that why?
Yeah, they want to keep it special.
Yeah, right. And Frenchie goes to the diary room and says, why are they not French kissing each other? I think it's completely fake.
Well,
wasn't that good when she said that?
It is completely fake.
It is.
And it's these are the lowest rent showmances I've ever witnessed on reality TV. Both completely useless.
Yeah, they are. Crap. So then, James started having a go at Gary again, calling him an idiot. And James said, I feel like I'm babysitting you. And he said, even a dog can learn new tricks, to Gary.
Yeah, but do you notice they keep saying Gary's pissed in the bathroom or Gary's done this, but they never seem to show it on the show about them.
They can't show him pissing in the bathroom.
No, but they say
on the bathroom.
They say and so have to clean it up.
Yeah.
But they're not there's obviously things going on they're not showing.
Yeah, because they like Gary, they don't want to show him in a bad light, do they?
Wow.
Anyway, when James said even a dog can learn new tricks, Gary said it can't actually. Because it's true, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a fact. And Gary goes, you're not ready for compatible conversation.
Was that an acronym or?
Then for some reason, just out of the blue, Frenchie turned round and said to Lauren, shut the fuck up. You haven't done anything the whole game.
Yeah, because after that task, because she did nothing during that task, I think, and she had the arsehole with it, and she put her straight on blast.
And Lauren didn't
to be
say
honest,
nothing.
fair enough.
Lauren didn't have any comeback whatsoever. Now, have you been watching season 2 of Under the Dome? It's got Hank in it.
I think, didn't we watch the first episode of the first one?
Yeah.
It's crap.
It is crap.
And now, they got a second season, that dome is still there.
Yeah, I know.
So
I must be under it forever.
fuck that. No, I'm not a fan.
No, me either. But Big Brother obviously
I do enjoy endurance tasks though. Like really pushing people to their physical limits.
Yeah.
Seeing how long they can last and seeing who will be the rightful winner.
Yeah, like 16 hours or more. That's how long I like an endurance task.
Standing in the pouring rain, hanging off something, you know.
Evil dick. So basically, we didn't get any of that, I'm afraid. They put this little crappy looking plastic dome, like a tent in the garden
with holes in it,
aircon going into it, and then they put Audley and James in it, picked at random or not.
Well, obviously not, but I suppose they're the biggest
wankers.
Yeah, arseholes.
Could Gary have gone in the dome?
Yeah.
No, he couldn't. He couldn't have got in there physically.
They would have made it bigger.
Could Dee have got in the dome?
They just would have had to make it bigger for them.
Well, I think it's sizes.
I don't want to see Dee and Gary in the dome anyway.
Yeah, but then they'd be immune. Well, anyway. So anyway, Audie and James sort of had a bit of a... Was it just banter? It seemed like they were using it as a good excuse to have a go.
They said that production told them just to argue and like wind each other up, like
right,
psych each other out or whatever. But James seemed to
take it a bit far.
He seemed to quite enjoy himself.
So Audley said, "I've got an MBE and Olympic gold medal," and James said, "So what?" On the Brad Pitt of the dance up. No, he didn't, but he should have done.
He said he was second in the world ever at dancing.
When he was 17.
That's a worldwide championship in Blackpool, admittedly.
When he was 17, was
I don't know.
And then James started farting. That's foul play.
But that's a
strategy.
Of course it's strategy. You got to try.
Audley said, "You're overweight and a has-been." Fair enough.
So the thing is though, then they just go, right, task over.
After 4 hours, was it? It's a draw.
It's supposed to be they stay there until someone cracks and
or dies.
And they leave.
Yeah.
And then that's the winner. So and then that person would be immune. But no, that's not what they did. Pathetic.
Absolutely.
That's not the definition of an endurance competition.
Isn't. And then they tried to tempt them out with a phone call. What they should have done is
that phone. Well, go on. Yeah.
What they should have done if one of them got to answer the phone.
PPI.
Yeah, it's like, "James, you're a twat," or something. Just something really rude. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
PPI would be better actually. And then Audley was like crying when the phone was ringing, and James was like patting him on the please.
The old drop a tear strategy.
And then when they got out, Audley's like, "What happened in the dome stays in the dome."
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And this is when George said he would nominate Frenchie, and he got into trouble. And Bewitched said to Frenchie, "You ain't gonna win with that attitude." I think Frenchie's got a better chance than Bewitched, personally. Right?
You would have thought so. I'm assuming that people like Frenchie.
Now, do you know what DOME stands for?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Developing... I can't remember now. What is it?
Development of Massive Energy. Nice.
Pretty good. If that is off the cuff, that is good.
Gary sees great harmony in the house.
He sees a lot.
He sees something I'm not seeing. And then George and Stephanie were put in the dome as a punishment for talking about nominations. Do you think that's a good punishment?
No, I think it's just stupid.
It's not really a punishment to be put in a confined space with someone you fancy, is it? I mean, it is for Stephanie, but...
Oh, you think she feels physically ill when she's near him? Or...
Well, look at him. I said on Twitter I think he smells of lynx.
Oh, well, the thing is, right...
And then... Oh yeah, Frenchie had the because she got given some food and she thought it was meat. But Big Brother come over the tannoy and assured her that it was corn.
Now, first of all, why mention corn?
Yeah. Oh, advertising. They were advertising those sausages in the break. Corn sausages.
They were. Well, there you go, you see. It's a tie-in.
But Frenchie wasn't a good advert for it because she put it in the bin. Gary goes, "Can I have it?" And Frenchie's like, just dumped it in the bin. And then Emmerdale, her final words in the house were, "You selfish cow." Well... That's the last thing she ever said, I think. So then Lauren said she wants to take it slow with Ricky.
How slow?
Yeah.
Like...
Paused.
Yeah, like never or in the next 50 years or
12th of never.
Yeah.
Oh, till she gets nominated.
Quarter past fuck all.
No, till she gets nominated.
Oh right, okay.
Oh, and then Frenchie had a go at George for talking about nominations. Lauren started on Frenchie and said, "Don't you speak to me like that."
Oh, no, she proper reared up, didn't she?
She said, "I'm not the weakest one here."
It was just like being down faces, wasn't it?
Yeah, they should have started pulling each other's hair.
No, it was tragic.
Now,
Hate Howie. It's got no personality.
she's not as bad as Geordie Shore, is she?
No, nothing's worse than that, but she is rotten though.
She's rotten. Now, did you know Emmerdale has gone to hospital? Do you know why?
A boil.
Pregnant, a boil, whatever reasons have people gone to hospital before? Broken leg.
Heat exhaustion.
Oh yeah. Bad wisdom tooth problem. I know she didn't go to hospital.
Right.
Anyway, is she coming back? We
don't know.
Who gives a fuck? She's immune from eviction though, so it's the old Kimberly strategy. Now Frenchie went in the diary room and said, "Ricky's a dead fish. He's boring and he doesn't have a personality."
Thank fuck she said it, because if not, no, he wouldn't have been on the block otherwise.
No, Frenchie's the only person who nominated Ricky and Lauren, and they both went up off one nomination. So please, please, please let Ricky go. He's such a twat.
I'd love to get rid of that
Can't
cunt.
bear him. Well, who would vote to save him? Who?
Yeah, but that Geordie Shore cunt won it before.
But he can't be popular.
He hasn't even done a piss anywhere, let alone the bed.
We should see how many followers he's got. Oh god.
It'd probably be like 8 million.
Oh no. And then Frenchie said Lauren's boring and she needs constant reassurance. Well, but she's very well spoken. Okay. And that was when Frenchie got topless.
Oh, they didn't like that, did they?
No, they were being rude. Oh, and that's when Gary sang his little song. That was quite nice. And Gary said, "These people are very sensitive." And he's not wrong.
He said English people.
No, he said the people in the house are very sensitive. Now, George was nominating someone, and he said, "Day by day, she grinds on me more." Who could that be? We know who it isn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't go through everyone who nominated because it's boring. But Gary got nominated a few times, but not as much as usual, for peeing all over the floor. Frenchie got nominated for being selfish, not being a team player. Together, everyone achieves more. Dee nominated 2 people about food-related issues. Ugh.
Typical.
Nothing worse than a food tyrant. And then... Oh, Ricky nominated Gary for acting up to the cameras. What, do you mean being entertaining? Unlike you, just sitting there looking like a gormless pig? Fucking twat.
It's so thick though, they all sit there throwing votes on like Gary and Frenchie.
I know.
But if they had a brain, they'd be putting up other people.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind they were put that you're on the block if you get one nomination. So to put up Ricky like that, the way Frenchie did, was inspired, I thought. So
now, how long do you think it would take to clean the stairs that lead up to the diary room? 15 minutes? 30 minutes?
A couple of days.
An hour? So would you be annoyed if you just finished cleaning the stairs? And
if I was on Big Brother and I've been cleaning the stairs for the last hour, I think, why did I come on this show?
Yeah, exactly. And then Gary goes and spills coffee all over him. Oh well. James is constantly cleaning up Gary's piss and coffee.
And then while he's in there, they're going, "Oh, do you think we should say anything?" It's like, "Oh no, it's not worth it."
Yeah.
And the minute he comes out, James is on top of him, going, "Oh, I just had to do this for you."
Yeah, I know. Now, but James didn't nominate Gary. I thought that was a bit odd. I think because he knows Gary is safe, so he didn't bother.
Yeah, exactly. Strategy.
Exactly. Now, have you seen Alice in Wonderland? Silence. Yeah, fair enough.
I walked off.
Now, the housemates who are up for eviction are Frenchie, Gary, Stephanie, and Kelly, and Ricky, and Lauren. Woo! Who do you think is going to go?
Well,
hopefully Ricky or Kelly, I think.
Oh, do you think so? You don't think Kelly would get votes now?
She's still being a pain.
I want Ricky to go.
Yeah, I do.
But I think, like, Kelly's starting to, like, adapt her game.
She seems a bit more upbeat now, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She couldn't get much less upbeat.
But still, she's a funny old thing. I don't think she'll last too long. And Towie, if I could get Towie out, that would be
double eviction. Geordie Shore and Towie.
Yeah, with the umbrella. Not let it rain, but no umbrella.
Yeah. Now, when they announced the nominations and Dee heard that Ricky was up, she said about the person who nominated Ricky, "I'll fucking kill him. I'll take their fucking eyes out."
Well, that just goes to show what a nasty old cunt she is.
Exactly. What a horrible thing to say, bitch. And then Dee said, "Oh, Frenchie's not going to win. She slagged off the public. We love people who slag off the public. Shut up."
Yeah, we're the fucking idiot general public.
Yeah, we love it. We don't like people toadying round us, trying to do the right thing. Fuck off, just be yourself. We like Frenchie because she's unpredictable and she's French. That's what we like about her. So shut the fuck up. So Gary had a little row with George, and Gary said no deal to George, which I quite liked. Gary started whispering about George, which was quite funny, and George was like, "I'm just standing here." Oh well. Now, Lauren got drunk and tried to get off with Ricky. Strategy, because she's up for nomination?
I mean...
Have you fallen asleep?
It's barely worth mentioning, really, isn't it? It's such, like, horseshit.
Tedious.
I mean... I like the way that James shit stirs between them.
I quite like some of the things he says.
That amuses me.
But I did not like him saying... no matter how drunk my wife gets, she would never behave like that. What was he referring to exactly?
Her getting a boob out, I think.
It was just an accident, right?
Yeah, but she...
Was it an accident, though?
No, she was constantly fiddling with her boobs. Yeah. Trying to find a way to make her boob come out. And then finally she jumps in the pool and that worked. So, there we go.
She should have been sorting her wedgie out, I think.
Well,
that Ricky got the hump with her as well, because he walked off. I knew he got the hump with her. Probably doesn't like his women acting like that or something.
But you know, also that Gogglebox fella, he reminds me a bit of Stephen Good. The way he, he seems like he can be a bit funny about Stephanie.
Yeah, I suppose so.
They're both rotten showmances based on nothing.
Yeah. That was pretty much it. Ricky said, "Oh, I might get into a relationship with Lauren." No, you will not. And James said she's only flirting with you because she's up for nomination, which I do like it when James said, like, "Oh, Kelly's going for the sympathy vote. Lauren's only flirting with you because she's up for nomination," because it is actually true.
He's saying it to your face.
Yeah, he is actually, but he is still a rude bastard.
You think when he was safe, so obviously they want to keep him in. But you think when he's up, you think people are gonna. I think people will vote with him, you know, enough to... Yeah. Say if there's 6 up, like there is at the moment, then I think definitely he's going to stay, right?
Yeah, oh, definitely. It'll be people like, Bewitched, who's going, Emmerdale, if she was still in there, would be going, people like that. I can't imagine Dee going all the way now. She's so horrible.
Oh, no, she's nasty. I can't see it either.
And that George, I think he's blowing his chances of winning as well.
He's supposed to be like the favourite, or like second favourite after Gary Busey.
Oh, isn't he lovely?
No, he's not lovely.
He's rotten. And he's always like looking at the camera and acting up to the camera. And he knows full well that Gary's his competition. And he's twitching and he's trying to psych Gary out. But you can't psych Gary out. Gary knows all the tricks.
When he went in there, he was like a civilian on the celebrity version.
He was.
Now, he acts more entitled than the celebrities.
He does. And I bet the celebrities are like, what's this idiot even doing in here?
I'll be honest, who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah.
I'm on Towie, that's a proper show on ITV.
Jumped that little shit.
Yeah.
Bewitched said at one point, "I've sold 6 million records."
I'm sure she has.
Shit, we never even mentioned Leslie's eviction. I'm evicted.
He's never been booed before. Oh dear.
His interview was so boring.
It was another classic example of Emma Willis not running an interview properly. Yeah,
she couldn't get a fucking word in.
But she didn't even try. She didn't even try and control it. And it was a really long interview.
It was dull.
Bollocks.
At least he had the good grace to look embarrassed when he was throwing his tantrums. But did you see that Facebook post I sent you today?
No.
He did a tweet saying, "Oh, the Big Brother house wasn't what I expected. There was this French prostitute in there and all this bullshit." It's like, oh, shut up, Leslie.
A stinking French slut.
Yeah, he was bragging about that.
Yeah.
Little prick. It was good when he got evicted. I like the look on his face. Served him damn right.
Yeah, you go back to your crystal meth and your Hollywood, whatever it is.
No, yeah. One man show going into lonely hotel rooms at night. Loser. But anyway, you gotta go, Leslie. You gotta go.
Get the fuck out.
It was quite funny when he went just because of that. So that's
Well, fuck all that, but like,
yeah, go on.
fundamentally, like, really, it's just a house full of floaters.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a house full of nothing. Apart from the only people that you can really like are like Gary, Frenchie. Are like, is there anyone that you could actually say that you like?
If Gary wasn't in there, I don't know. That show would be dead. It would be worse than McGiff's year.
That's the whole point, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that's why they do it. So, but
I wonder how much Gary got paid.
a fair whack, I'd imagine. And I don't know. The rest I don't know. Like, James is horrible, but he's a good character to have in the house.
Yeah, he's a good villain. What about Stephanie? You like her still, don't you?
I like Stephanie, but I can see if she was up against the wrong people, I think she would go easily.
I like her as a character. She's a good bitch, but she's not going to go all the way. No way.
No.
No.
What about Audley? He's playing quite a shrewd game, I think.
I thought he handled that Kelly stuff well, apart from the nomination, which was completely wrong. After that, he handled it very well. He said, I'm on your side, and he also said...
I've got your back.
He said, I've got your back, and the best thing he said was, everything I've grown up with, I've had to reject. And I thought, wow, that takes a lot to actually look at the ideals that you've grown up with and reject them. And I thought, that is journey talk, that is winner talk right there. What do you think?
It's just cuppa journey, though, isn't it? add hot water and stir.
Have you been working on that?
No, that's just...
You just come up with that then?
Yeah.
That was good.
It's true, though. These people...
Hashtag cuppa journey.
No, these people, they get their journey ready before they go in. And especially on the celebrity one, you got to have that journey fast in the first week because you might not get the chance to do it further down the line. So...
Oh, do you think him and Kelly were on the phone before he went in? Like, right, I'll treat you like this, then you do this.
It would not surprise me. Blatant. It would not surprise me at all.
Could be, you know. Could be.
I think they'll have a magazine deal. Be in the bath together.
Can you imagine? Someone should mock that up as a gif. That would be good. And if that can't be all we've got to talk about. That was like well over a week. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's just been like watching one long argument.
I know. Arguments. That's ridiculous. So anyway, Gary for the win.
Yeah, when's the eviction? Friday?
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday.
It's on Wednesday. Are you off on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. So that's pretty much it. If anyone can think of a good acronym for bile, we'll read it out on next time's show because we couldn't think of one.
Good luck with that.
Anything else to add?
No.
Who's your winner at the moment?
Who's my pizza win?
Yeah.
Apart from Ricky, don't know. It's hard to say really. I like Frenchie. She's my favourite.
Who's your next out?
Early boot. Out of the ones available, or any.
Ones available.
Out of the ones available, definitely Ricky. I'll give the boot.
And then,
but also Towie, I'd like to see go as well.
Yeah, get them.
But really, I want Dee out.
Oh. Let's make it happen. Who's going to nominate her though? Who's going to put her up?
People that get fed up with endless cups of tea and coffee.
Can you believe that Gary nominated Frenchie? They were out in the garden going woof, woof, woof at each other.
Oh no.
And he nominated her.
Oh no.
What's that all about?
What can you say? He's a psychopath.
I think it's because he fucked her in the outside garden. He's worried that his wife carer handler is mad that he's talking to her. Do you think that?
No, they don't act like that at all.
No, they don't act like that because I think he's forgotten, but still, maybe he just has flashbacks. Do you think?
No.
Okay. Anyway, watch your pee round the toilet seat and watch your coffee on the stairs. Follow me on Twitter, LightUpVM.
Follow me, Big Brother Bile.
Could you leave us a review on iTunes or something? We haven't got any, and we've got I don't know, a few 20,000 plus listens on Spreaker. Can you leave a review on Spreaker? Oh, don't bother with that. Do it on iTunes. And what else do you want people to do? Go on Stitcher. What?
Yeah. You sound like that. You know that charity commercial for the was it Sans? What's that? Oh, some medical charity.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, and thank you." At
thank
the end.
You. I ain't even said thank you. Just do it. And listen to our BBUS podcast. Gets loads of listens, but it's half as good as this one.
So it just go to show, doesn't it?
Good, but that's because the show is half as good, so you can only work with what you've got. Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. See you later.
Thank you and good night.